Welcome to Rise Unwind. Every week on our show, we bring you lifestyle tips, tricks, and more from all the people who know it best. And this week, we have this.
I made a movie earlier this year with Jesse Eisenberg where I sang, and that was certainly very stimulating.
In fact, about 8% of our student body are either active duty military or veterans or their family members right now.
All that and more on Rise Unwind. Veterans Day is here, and there's big news for people who serve. Harvard Kennedy School just announced the American Service Fellowship, full scholarships and stipends for 50 mid-career public servants and veterans to study on campus in 2026. Joining us today is Rob Berschinski, U.S. Air Force veteran and Chief of Staff at Harvard Kennedy School, to share who's eligible and how to apply. Welcome to the show, Rob.
Thanks so much, Amanda. Great to be with you.
Good to have you. Rob, what is the American Service Fellowship and who can apply?
Yeah, so this is the largest scholarship that Harvard Kennedy School has ever done in our almost 90-year history. We're the place at Harvard that trains public servants and government officials. And what we're doing with the American Service Fellowship is bringing to our campus 50 outstanding Americans from all over the country who may have different perspectives, backgrounds, come from different places, but are united in a demonstrated commitment to public service. So for those people, we are offering, as you said, a completely tuition-free master's degree and a stipend, such that each person gets about $100,000 all told. What you need by way of background to apply is at least 7 years in any form of public service. So with Veterans Day in mind, we're appealing to active duty military, to veterans, but also school teachers, firefighters, police officers, diplomats, and development officials. Anyone who served at local, state, or federal levels and has that 7-year commitment is welcome to apply.
And so why launch this program now? What need are you trying to meet?
Yeah, as we look around the country, like many Americans, we feel like the scope of challenges facing the country and the world is pretty enormous right now. We also know there's a lot of political division in the country right now. So as a school focused on training the next generation of public leaders, we felt like the way we could help is to bring a diverse group to our campus, relatively cost-free, put them together so that they can be together, learn from one another, and learn from our world-class faculty about how to think about these big challenges and then how to go out and solve those challenges so that whatever their path towards additional public service may take, that they have the tools they need to accomplish their goals.
Rob, all right, what's your pitch to veterans and public servants who never pictured themselves at Harvard?
Yeah, well, listen, I'm just a normal guy, public school graduate from outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I never really expected to be in the position at Harvard that I'm in right now. And I'll say that when I was in the U.S. Air Force, I came across hundreds of really smart, really capable, really mission-oriented people who probably likewise never thought that they were somebody that Harvard might be interested in. So if that sounds like you, but you have a commitment to excellence and to public service, I'm here to tell you, please check us out. Please apply. There are people like you here right now. In fact, about 8% of our student body are either active duty military or veterans or their family members right now. So this is a place for you. We encourage you to think about us and to learn more and then ultimately to apply.
How will this fellowship help recipients continue their service and leadership in civilian life and in their communities?
Yeah, you know, we think about service in so many different ways. We have students here right now, as I mentioned, who are active duty military, who are going to go back in to continue a career in the Army or Navy or Marines or Air Force. We also have veterans who may have just gotten out of the service and are thinking about what their next step is, whether that's running for a public office somewhere or starting a nonprofit or going into the private sector. All of those avenues in our minds are avenues towards additional service. So what you'll get when you come here is exposure first and foremost to just incredible fellow students from all around the country and all around the world, and then also exposure to some of the leading scholars and practitioners of domestic and international policy making that you're ever going to meet, so that you can take those skills and go back to your community and continue that career of service as you define it.
And so for our viewers who are interested, where can they go for details and deadlines?
I'm really glad you asked that. We have a webpage. It is ken.sc/service. So that's just the letters KEN.SC/service. Or if you Google American Service Fellowship, we'll come right up top of the page. Click there. You can hear more about the scholarship. You can read more about the scholarship, and you can apply right online. Now, the deadline is the 1st of December, so you've got a little time, but don't waste time.
Awesome having you on the show, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Flu cases are spiking again, and experts say this could be another tough season, especially for children. We're joined today by Dr. Candace Robinson with GSK and Megan Parks, a families fighting flu advocate who lost her young daughter to the flu and now works to protect others. Welcome to the show, Dr. Robinson and Megan.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you.
Dr. Robinson, what makes this year's flu season stand out, and who's at the highest risk?
Yeah, the last flu season, the 2024-2025 flu season was one of the most serious in our recent history. Probably since around 2017, we had a record number of pediatric deaths and overwhelming levels of illness and hospitalization. When thinking about who's at greatest risk, there are certainly people who are more likely to have serious complications related to flu if they get sick. That includes people over 65, pregnant women, people with certain chronic medical conditions, such as asthma or diabetes, and young children. But, the harsh reality is that anybody can get the flu, even people who feel healthy. And serious complications related to flu can happen at any age.
Megan, can you tell us about your daughter and how your family was affected?
Absolutely. Our daughter, Kennedy, was a vibrant, otherwise healthy 2-year-old little girl who died suddenly from the flu in February of 2023. She tested positive for the flu after developing a fever and some other flu-like symptoms. At that time, she was not vaccinated for the flu. We had always been really diligent with all of her vaccinations, but her routine appointment did not fall within flu season, so she did not get the flu shot that year. When she got sick, we were instructed to monitor her at home, lots of rest and watch for retractions in her breathing and, to go to the ER if she got worse. A couple days later, she woke up with a blue tint to her lips, and I rushed her to the emergency room. About halfway there, she became unresponsive, and I called 911, pulled over. Everybody worked on her, but ultimately we lost her.
That is absolutely heartbreaking. Dr. Robinson, what are some myths or misunderstandings you'd like to clear up about the flu shots?
Absolutely. I think there are common misconceptions out there that certain people may have about the flu shot, about whether it's worth getting a flu vaccine or, what effects the flu vaccine can have. But, the truth is the flu vaccine can help reduce the risk of flu illness, flu-related hospitalizations, and flu-related deaths. And in fact, during the last flu season, the CDC estimates that around 240,000 hospitalizations were prevented because of the flu vaccine. And that was primarily in adults aged 65 years of age and older.
So, Megan, what keeps you motivated to share your story and advocate for the vaccination?
Yeah, our family just simply did not know how serious the flu could be. We didn't know that it could be deadly. And it's just kind of become our mission to help ensure that other families have that knowledge so they don't have to experience a loss of a child from a vaccine preventable illness. We hope by sharing our story, we can encourage people to take the flu seriously and talk to their doctors and pharmacists about getting vaccinated each year.
Dr. Robinson, why should everyone, even healthy adults, make the flu vaccine a part of their yearly routine?
Yeah, again, we highlighted that this last season was a particularly severe flu season. There were an estimated 43 million flu illnesses, over 500,000 flu hospitalizations, and 38,000 flu deaths. And despite widespread awareness about flu, we've seen that flu vaccination rates have remained alarmingly stagnant. And that leaves millions of people vulnerable to flu related illness and flu related complications.
Megan, what's your message to parents who may be hesitant about the flu shot?
Yeah, I wish more people knew that it is a vaccine preventable illness, the flu is, and it's not just the flu in every scenario for us. The flu was a life-changing, um, you know, moment for our family. In an instant, our lives changed, and we'll never know if she was vaccinated that year, if she would have survived getting the flu. But when you lose a child, you don't want to have those what ifs in your head. You want to make sure that you've checked every box of trying to keep your child safe. So just really important to have those conversations with your doctor to protect, your family and loved ones from the flu.
Of course. Dr. Robinson, where can people find more reliable information or information about getting vaccinated?
Absolutely. Like Megan said, it's really important to have that conversation with your pharmacist, with your doctor. Flu vaccines are often available in clinical settings, but may also be available in pharmacies, et cetera. So have that conversation with your healthcare professional, with your doctor, with your pharmacist about flu vaccination today. And for more information on flu prevention, you can also visit cdc.gov/flu.
Dr. Candace Robinson and Megan Parks, thank you for sharing your story and being on the show with us today.
Thank you.
Think about it. Your local pharmacy does a lot more than just fill prescriptions these days. From vaccinations to health screenings and even clinical services, community pharmacies are becoming a vital part of everyday healthcare. A new report from CVS Health looks at where pharmacy care is headed next, and joining us with more is Lucille Aceta, Chief Pharmacy Officer, and Edwin McGee, Pharmacy Manager at CVS Health. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you for having us.
Lucille, let's start with this new report. What were some of the key insights you found about the future of pharmacy care?
The survey found that patients truly trust their pharmacist. They also want face-to-face interactions with their pharmacy team, their pharmacist over digital pharmacies. And also they want to be able to provide or receive expanded care and services from their local CVS pharmacy. And what we have found is that as a pharmacist, we see this each and every day with our patients.
And Edwin, you work directly with patients every day. What changes or opportunities are you seeing right now in community pharmacies?
Well, currently right now, what I'm noticing is that demand and those needs of our patients are changing. So is the role of a pharmacy. And we're well positioned to be able to meet those needs and those demands. As Lucille mentioned, 80% of our patients prefer that in-person care. And so what that means for us is that pharmacists are highly trusted and respected, very reliable, and pharmacy is very accessible.
And how are pharmacies using technology to make care easier and more personal without losing that local touch?
So our technological updates have definitely improved our work-life balance. It's been a game changer. One of our recent updates has been our voicemail callback system. So we changed the way that our phone calls come in, and this allows the patient to call in, leave a message, let us know what they need, and then we return that phone call. So how does that impact our workflow? That allows us to be able to prioritize the patient that's in front of us, so we can be able to provide a great recommendation or provide that needed consultation that our patients need, but also we can be able to provide those immunization services that we can be able to help close those gaps for our patients. So that way we can be able to take care of the person that's in front of us, and then we can make that phone call back to take care of that person that left a message that also needs our help.
The report found that most pharmacists want to offer even more care, and most patients agree they should. Lucille, how is CVS Health responding to that shift?
You know, traditionally, pharmacists have always been dispensing medications and providing counsel. These additional services are expanding through immunizations. There's over 15 different vaccines pharmacy can provide to patients today. They can also test for certain illnesses and prescribe certain medications. So we're really seeing the expansion of the profession, and we're advocating to continue expanding the opportunities that pharmacists and pharmacy technicians can offer their local communities.
So for anyone thinking about a career in pharmacy, what would each of you say to inspire them?
Why not? Pharmacy is such a great and rewarding career, especially if you truly have a passion for providing patient care. And our greatest contribution to our profession is being able to uplift it by mentoring those that do want to go down that path. CVS has so many opportunities and resources available.
I would say it's a profession that allows you to interact with patients all day long, be able to help them with their health care and their conditions, and people really do appreciate that work, and you can see that through the survey. We also saw in the survey that 40% of technicians really want to become pharmacists. So we have also provided the opportunities for scholarships, tuition reimbursement, and collaborations with many colleges of pharmacy to inspire students to be pharmacists in their communities.
And finally, where can viewers go to learn more about the report and the future of pharmacy care?
Well, you can go to cvshealth.com/RX-report.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been awesome having you on the show.
Thank you, Amanda.
Ever wish the holidays felt a little more magical and maybe meaningful? This year, America's #1 aquarium is lighting up the season with an immersive experience that shines a spotlight on conservation. We're joined by Misty Mitchell, Director of Conservation and Education Programs at Johnny Morris Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium, live from Springfield, Missouri. Welcome to the show, Misty. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
No, I'm excited about aquariums, especially for the holidays. You're joining us live from this brand new holiday lights experience. What inspired Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas?
Yeah, Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas was inspired by Johnny Morris, his passion for connecting people to nature and the outdoors. Johnny Morris is the founder of Bass Pro Shops and a leading conservationist. As part of the Johnny Morris Conservation Foundation, we are dedicated to providing conservation outdoor experiences and connecting to the next generation of outdoorsmen. Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas is going to bring the aquarium to an all-new glow holiday adventure, connecting people to conservation.
So what can guests expect to see on this journey? Are there any standout moments that we shouldn't be missing?
Yes, guests can expect to see and experience dazzling lights like you see behind me. You're going to hear festive music and holiday scenes throughout the entire aquarium tour, but you're also going to connect to conservation. The exhibit we can see today is Shipwreck, and you're going to see the neon corals. You're going to see the illuminated stingrays. And this is just one of 12 different exhibits that you're going to experience and really enjoy and learn about conservation. Here, we're going to learn about protecting marine habitats and the importance of artificial reefs.
And keep mentioning conservation. How does this event bring that mission to life, and why is that message so important right now?
Through our AZA accreditation, our immersive exhibits, our partnerships with leading conservation organizations, and hands-on educational programs, we are dedicated to conservation. It's our #1 mission. And the Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas connects our guests with our conservation. These are our successful conservation initiatives like our Sea Turtle Research and Rehabilitation Center and our programs, local and regional stream team cleanups and habitat restoration programs.
That is awesome. Where can our families go for tickets, hours, and maybe some more details?
Yes, to learn more and to buy tickets, you're going to go to wondersofwildlife.org/seasons. We hope to see every single one of you here at Wonders of Wildlife in Springfield, Missouri, celebrating the holiday season with us.
That sounds like a fun little trip. Thanks for joining us today, Misty.
Thank you, and have a Merry Fishmas.
Oh, you killed it. All right, you win. You win with that. Thank you. If you ever dreamed of cruising with a little Hollywood flair, this one's for you. Princess Cruises just held a star-studded naming ceremony for its newest ship, the Star Princess, featuring none other than Camilla and Matthew McConaughey as godparents. From Sheryl Crow's live performance to a drone show lighting up the Florida sky, it was a night to remember. Here's a look. It was a night of music, lights, and a little bit of movie magic as Princess Cruises celebrated the official naming of its newest ship, the Star Princess, at Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. Grammy-winning artist Sheryl Crow took the stage, helping set the tone for a celebration that blended Hollywood glamour with a time-honored maritime tradition. The highlight came as Princess Cruises officially welcomed its newest godparents, Camilla and Matthew McConaughey, co-founders of Pantalones Organic Tequila, and now part of a legendary tradition that's included icons like Princess Diana, Audrey Hepburn, and Sophia Loren. Known for their warmth and creativity, McConaughey's perfectly capture the Princess Cruises spirit of life well spent, celebrating connection, family, and adventure. The evening built to the ceremonial bottle break, wishing good fortune for the Star Princess and all who will sail aboard her. Guests were treated to a dazzling drone show inspired by the Northern Lights, lighting up the Florida sky in true princess style. At more than 177,000 tons and designed for over 4,000 guests, Star Princess takes luxury at sea to the next level. She features 30 dining and bar venues, next-generation entertainment, and elevated spaces like the Sanctuary Collection, the Dome, and the Arena. Plus Spellbound by Magic Castle, a speakeasy experience created with Hollywood's famed Magic Castle. After debuting in the Mediterranean, the ship now begins her Caribbean season from South Florida, before sailing through the Panama Canal and on to Alaska. From world-class entertainment to unforgettable destinations, Star Princess is charting a bold new course for Princess Cruises. Learn more at princess.com. November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, a time to shine a light on brain health and early detection. You know, more than 7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's, and experts say nearly 80% of people would want to know if they were at risk before symptoms start affecting daily life. So joining us today is Academy Award-winning actress Julianne Moore, who's gained powerful insight in Alzheimer's disease through her Oscar-winning role in Still Alice, a movie I absolutely loved. She's here to talk about the Brain Health Matters campaign and why being proactive about our minds is so important. Welcome to the show, Julianne. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I am struggling just to wake up, but I'm getting there.
Okay, good.
You're working with Lily on this new Brain Health Matters campaign. Can you tell us what this is all about?
Well, the campaign is really wonderful, actually. It's to encourage people to prioritize their brain health, to talk to their doctors about their risk factors for Alzheimer's, and to ask for a cognitive assessment. Because so often we don't prioritize our brain health. We're used to going for our physicals and getting our blood pressure taken, getting a mammogram, getting a colonoscopy. But the brain is the control center for the entire body. So why shouldn't we have a cognitive assessment when we go for our annual physical as well?
So why do you feel that it's so important to take early action, even when someone feels perfectly healthy?
I think the more you know about your own health, the better off you are, the more you advocate for yourself. As you just said, I think you just named the statistic that, 4 out of 5 people would like to know if they had Alzheimer's before symptoms started so that they could do something about it. And there are physical things that you can do that may mitigate symptoms. I mean, certainly there's a huge correlation between physical health and brain health. Sleep, exercise, diet, social engagement, learning something new, staying active, all of those things contribute to a healthy brain.
And you won an Oscar for Still Alice. I love that movie. It's a film that deeply explored Alzheimer's disease. How did that experience change your understanding of the condition?
Well, it's interesting that you said it deeply explored Alzheimer's disease, because what was really unusual about it was that it deeply explored Alzheimer's disease from the perspective of the person with the disease. So often we see these stories kind of told from an outsider's point of view, but this one put a person at the center of it. And really, I think for the person who wrote the book upon which the movie was based made the character younger. She had her have early onset, because so often people think that Alzheimer's is simply a condition of aging, that it's not a disease, when in fact it is a disease. So she really wanted to show the progression of the disease, and that it's not just about memory loss, but about function, and can be and can change things like, you know, our personality, our relationships to others, our ability to function throughout our life. So that was what was so unusual about the film.
And on a personal note, what do you think you do to take care of your own brain health?
I exercise. I do a lot of yoga. I eat pretty well. I try to learn new things. I try to make sure that I feel stimulated, and that I even walking a different way, using a different hand when you're writing or eating. Anything that you can do that breaks up your routine is going to be stimulating for your brain.
Are there any projects or anything that you're working on lately that that you could talk about?
I made a movie earlier this year with Jesse Eisenberg where I sang, and that was certainly very stimulating.
How did that go for you?
It was great. It was really, really fun. But one of the great things about being an actor is that you are challenged by new things all the time. You know, so often the character will do something that you have no idea how to do, and suddenly you'll find yourself taking piano lessons, or, you know, learning how to rock climb, or just doing something completely different. And so I think that's one of the things I love the most about what I do.
All right. And finally, where can our viewers go to learn more about helpful resources for Alzheimer's and maybe some brain health?
There is a wonderful website, brainhealthmatters.com, and you can go there for more information.
Hey, you are a hero. I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. So nice to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching Rise Unwind. Please visit us on our website at riseunwindtv.com. Follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube at Rise Unwind. And thanks for tuning in. You take care, and we'll see you next week.